So Vitaly is a guy, it's a very interesting story, and I actually really like him because he was born and raised in Russia, very poor, all these different things, and he started watching American TV, and he started watching different things on the internet. He was born in 1992, so he started to see these things. And he said, I'm going to America and I'm going to make my fortune. He did very, very famous pranks. In fact, most of the pranks we see today are all copies of Vitaly. He would run out and like streak across the field for the World Series.
Yes, I did.
Or he went over and did it to the World Cup. And when he did it to the World Cup, it was like 200,000 followers. Within 2 or 3 days, it was 4 million, right?
Jesus.
So he's grown to 10 million.
He also got arrested for climbing the D in the Hollywood sign.
Yes, got arrested for climbing the D. And then he also got arrested for... He's been arrested... Everything he's been arrested for is his pranks. I'm trying to think what the other big one... Oh, just 2 or 3 months ago, he went to Egypt. And he jumped over the line and ran all the way to the top of the pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got it all on his phone as they're chasing him and helicopters are swooping him and all this stuff. And he had his girlfriend run out there and streak with his YouTube channel on his back. Blew his numbers up again. Then he didn't do this. His mom, because his mom's wild, and his mom also did it. And I think it was an NFL game. Started streaking down the field with Vitaly's stuff. Yeah. And like Vitaly didn't even ask her to do that. She just did it. It's just his shit he gets in trouble for, and he gets arrested, which is fine because it pumps up his everything. So he's doing it on purpose. Fast forward to yesterday. Looks like what the reports are, he was in Florida, and either he was in his car or he's hiding behind bushes, we're not sure.
Right.
Jumps out, grabs a random lady jogging, pins her down, and beats the fuck out of her. Beats the fuck out of her.
In the face, and the chest, and the neck.
Waylaying her. And reports say, and he's in jail, but this lady's saying, I've never seen him before that. Because my first thought was, is this a prank? Like, what the hell is this?
Right.
She's saying, I've never seen him before. I don't know what this is. So, again, now he jumps into a long list of all these stars that just seem to flip.
They snap.
What was the one you told me about just before the show?
Yeah, Ezra Miller, the Flash in the Justice League movies. He was at some local pub in Switzerland or Poland, Iceland. Some people are saying that she was accosting him, like bothering him.
Right.
And he was drunk. And I guess they left the bar, went out to the back alley. I guess he was overheard saying, do you want to fight me?
Jesus.
And she said something, and the video is only like 7 seconds long, but he takes her by the throat and he just pins her right there, just down, right on the ground.
But just start thinking about all the other stars that have had stuff like this. So many where they just flip. And that is more of what I'm trying to understand. What is it that flip just happens? And second of all, Vitaly's a different thing, but like with him, did he not have any security? Did he not have anybody with him? Did you know that that's really what the security job is? It's to keep them from doing stupid shit. Get them out of there. They are to protect them. It's the same thing. UFC fighters, they all have bodyguards. Why do they have bodyguards? They don't need bodyguards. They can kick the shit out of
somebody. Yeah.
But it's to keep them separated from whatever's going on. But I mean, there's so many of them that have flipped out like that. OJ.
Jesus Christ.
He flipped out.
He was innocent.
Oh, are you? Oh, I was like, okay, stop the show. We're going a new direction.
Fuck, I should have held on to that for a little bit longer.
Because we were about to take this show a whole new direction. I think it's usually a couple things that we find out when they flip out like that. It's usually a mix of extreme pressure, being badgered to no end, and then there usually is in there, so usually some drugs, alcohol, maybe some mental illness. Kanye. I will never forget when Kanye's yelling at the people. He walks into the stop sign. Have you seen that?
No.
Just blasts his head. You never seen that?
I hate that man so much. If I had seen that, that'd be the only thing I would have been watching
Tricia,
since I've seen it.
He's like the greatest artist of our time.
I think it's a mix of quarantine. I think it's a mix of drugs.
Yeah.
And maybe he couldn't get whatever drugs he's normally taking.
That's true, man.
And
it had to be something crazy.
Because this is an unprovoked thing.
Yeah.
Bath salts?
No, do you know what crocodile is? You don't know crocodile, the drug? This is real.
No.
Yeah, it came out of Russia. It's horrible.
Is that the thing that makes your skin look scaly? Ew, we are not talking
and
about
then
that.
after
That
it
makes
goes
me
scaly,
itch.
it eats it all the way down to the bone. People just have arms that are just like bones.
No,
Maybe he's on crocodile. That's why it didn't hurt her too bad. He just had like 2 little bones, like pew, pew.
Oh my god.